Hello viewers, welcome to online classes day 18th. So let us recapitulate the concepts that completed are related to human respiratory system. So in last session we completed about the respiratory volumes or pulmonary volumes. Alright. Besides that, respiratory capacities also completed their values, numerical values, and about problems, everything we completed in last session. Now we are going to discuss about the further concepts of mechanism of respiration. So, in as aerobic respiration takes place, which occurs in the presence of oxygen. Once again, I am going to recapitulate the phases of our respiration. The aerobic respiration achieved by two phases. The first phase is external respiration or ventilation, and second phase is internal respiration. So first we are discussing about external respiration, in which we completed breathing, otherwise pulmonary ventilation. The subsequent phase of it is pulmonary exchange of respiratory gases. So the exchange of respiratory gases up to alveoli. In the alveoli also comes under external respiration. The exchange of respiratory gases between environment and pulmonary organs. Pulmonary structures, respiratory organs called what? External respiration. So, the breathing phenomena and exchange of respiratory gases in lungs also comes under external respiration category. After that, it leads into transport of respiratory gases by the blood, and after that it lead into internal respiration, that is systemic exchange of respiratory gases occur in tissue, and later it will lead into cellular respiration. So these are the sequential events that occur during mechanism of respiration. Right, students? Follow? So the first event is what? External respiration, in which breathing, pulmonary exchange takes place, leading to transport of respiratory gases, then lead into internal respiration. The events of internal respiration, systemic exchange of respiratory gases, and cellular respiration. Follow? Right. Let us discuss in detail about exchange of respiratory gases, in which the first phase is pulmonary exchange of respiratory gases. So the exchange of respiratory gases. What are respiratory gases? Carbon dioxide and oxygen. Respiratory gases are oxygen and carbon dioxide. The exchange of respiratory gases at lungs called what? Pulmonary exchange. What are primary sites of exchange? Alveoli are primary sites of exchange of respiratory gases. It is very important. The alveoli are structural and functional units of lung. Already we discussed. Follow? So the alveoli are primary sites of exchange of gases. Next, the oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange in the alveoli of lungs. As what fashion? Some of the factors that influences diffusion of these respiratory gases. Let us learn what are the factors that shows influence on diffusion of the gas. They are partial pressure of respiratory gases. So this is one of the factor that favors the exchange of respiratory gas. So remember student, partial pressure of respiratory gases, solubility of respiratory gases, and thickness of respiratory membrane and surface area and as well as distance. So all these factors promotes, favors diffusion of respiratory gases across the wall of the alveoli in both pulmonary action and as well as systemic action. They plays key role. Follow? Right. Let us learn in detail about each and every factor. The first one is partial pressure of respiratory gases. What is mean partial pressure? So if we observe atmospheric air, the atmospheric air contain mixture of various gases, not only oxygen, not only carbon dioxide present. So in which nitrogen is present, oxygen, CO2, other gases are present. So it is a mixture of gases. And if we observe the composition of atmosphere air, all gases are not in same configuration. So configuration is completely different. So the pressure, the partial pressure is nothing but the pressure that contributed by individual gas in mixture of gas. Followed? So the pressure that contributed by individual gas in mixture of gas called what? Partial pressure, that to be measured. You remember the partial pressure of gases are represented as PO2 means partial pressure of oxygen and PCO2 means partial pressure of carbon dioxide. So you have to read it as partial pressure of oxygen, partial pressure of carbon dioxide, and the partial pressure of these gases measured in mmHg. That is the unit of partial pressure of gases. Followed, students. So the partial pressure of gases to be measured in what unit? mmHg. Right. Next, the partial pressure of respiratory gases, we will observe their how much their individual partial pressure. Let us see. So the respiratory gases are oxygen and carbon dioxide. So various sites to be found in the mechanism of respiration. First one is atmospheric air. So we will take air from atmosphere. So the partial pressure of gases in atmospheric air as one fashion. And next, inside the lungs, the sites are alveoli. So inside the alveoli also, the partial pressure of gas is different. And in the blood, the blood is again two variants. The blood that flow in artery called oxygenated blood. The blood that flows in veins called deoxygenated blood. So the status of the partial pressure of oxygen in oxygenated and deoxygenated blood is different, and in tissue region also different. So let us see the partial pressure of oxygen and CO2 in different regions, different location, different sites. So first we will discuss the partial pressure of oxygen. The partial pressure of oxygen in atmospheric air about 159 mmHg. In the same way, alveoli it is 104 mmHg. You observe where the gas partial pressure is more, you have to concentrate on it. So atmospheric air contain 159 mmHg oxygen partial pressure, remember. Right. Next, the partial pressure of carbon dioxide, if we observe, the partial pressure of carbon dioxide about 0.3 in atmospheric air and 40 mmHg in alveoli. So in alveoli, the CO2 partial pressure is greater. The oxygen partial pressure greater in atmospheric air comparatively with alveoli. Let us see one more side, that is what? Blood. Followed. Right. So the same respiratory gases you observe in blood, two variants of blood, deoxygenated blood flows in veins, venous blood, and oxygenated blood flows in arteries. Follow. So the partial pressure of oxygen in deoxygenated blood is 40 mmHg. In oxygenated blood, in arterial blood, so it is how much? 95 mmHg. Followed. So the oxygen partial pressure is greater in arterial blood than venous blood. Followed. Right. Let us see carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide partial pressure in deoxygenated blood is 45 mmHg, and next in arterial blood, in oxygenated blood, it is 40 mmHg. So the CO2 gradient, pressure gradient is higher in deoxygenated blood than what? Oxygenated blood. You have to compare both values in which the pressure gradient greater. That's important. Based on that, the diffusion mediated. Follow. Right. Next, we will discuss one more side, that is tissue. So in tissue, you observe the oxygen partial pressure, how much? 40 mmHg, and carbon dioxide partial pressure 45 mmHg. So in tissue also the CO2 partial pressure greater than what? Oxygen. So this is partial pressure of respiratory gases of various locations. Let us see one more factor that influences diffusion phenomena, that is solubility of respiratory gases. So the solubility of respiratory gas also influences on diffusion phenomena. So the diffusion of gases directly proportional to solubility of gases. Remember, very very important. Suppose the solubility of respiratory gas more in water, its diffusion rate also more. Suppose the solubility of respiratory gas less in water, its diffusion automatically less. So it is directly proportional relationship. So you observe the solubility of carbon dioxide is 25 times greater than that of oxygen. So the CO2 diffusion rate greater than oxygen. Remember students, the carbon dioxide diffusion rate greater than oxygen. So now one more factor, that is thickness of respiratory membrane. So let us see what is mean respiratory membrane. The respiratory membrane is nothing but it is formed by fusion of wall of alveoli and wall of blood capillary. So what are alveoli? The alveoli are a bunch of grape-like structures that present inside the lungs. They are structural and functional units of lungs. So the wall of alveoli innervated with, occupied with network of capillaries. So where they coincide, and there what happens? The wall of alveoli and wall of capillary network merges with interstitial space with cement-like substance or connective tissue. So these two different structures wall adjoin with each other and collectively form respiratory membrane. So the respiratory membrane include the wall of alveoli and as well as wall of capillary network. The wall of capillary network is nothing but it is endothelium. You observe this visual, that is group of alveoli occupied with network of capillaries. So remember, the respiratory membrane also termed as diffusion membrane. Followed. So it is formed with three layers. Let us see the structure of respiratory membrane. The respiratory membrane include three layers, namely squamous epithelium lining of the alveoli, and second one middle basement membrane, and third one endothelium lining of blood capillary. So you observe this visual. So that is the lumen of alveoli in which squamous epithelial cells are there. That is squamous epithelial cell lining of alveoli. And next you observe this visual. So alveoli lining, and next you observe the endothelium lining, middle basement membrane, and next capillary wall lining. So these three layers associated together and forms a respiratory membrane that facilitate diffusion of exchange of respiratory gas. Right, next the surface area and distance. The surface area, it is very simple. Suppose the surface area is greater, automatically diffusion rate also greater. So the diffusion of gases directly proportional to surface area. Right, next you observe the exchange of respiratory gases. The first event is pulmonary exchange of respiratory gas, and the next events are systemic exchange. So the exchange of respiratory gas, let us see pulmonary exchange. In the part of exchange of respiratory gas, the first event is what? Pulmonary exchange, and next event is what? Systemic exchange. The pulmonary exchange of respiratory gas occur between alveoli and blood capillary network. So this process completely occur in the lungs. It takes place between alveoli and blood capillary. Remember straights. You observe this visual. The group of alveoli is there, and the blood vessel is there. So the pulmonary artery supplies deoxygenated blood to the wall of alveoli, and next the capillary network of pulmonary vein collects oxygenated blood from the lungs. Remember, it is very important. So the blue color represented vessel, this is capillary of pulmonary artery, contain deoxygenated blood, and the red color arrow, you have to focus on red color arrow. So that capillary is venous capillary network. So that collects oxygenated blood from the lungs. Right, next the pulmonary exchange of respiratory gases takes place by diffusion method across the respiratory membrane. Follow? So the entire phenomena is diffusion. So it is occur by diffusion method through respiratory membrane. Right, mechanism of pulmonary exchange, let us see. The partial pressure gradient favors the diffusion mechanism of oxygen and CO2. Already we learned the partial pressure of respiratory gases in different locations we discussed. Now, so the partial pressure gradient mediates the diffusion phenomena. The respiratory gases to be moved from high partial pressure site to low partial pressure site, from high gradient to low gradient, high concentration to low concentration. It's very simple logic. Remember, the respiratory gases diffuses across the membrane. Where to where they move? From high concentration to low concentration. Otherwise, high tension to low tension, high pressure gradient to low pressure gradient. Always the respiratory gases movement takes place in this fashion. They moves from high partial site to low partial site. Right? You observe this is alveoli and deoxygenated blood that present in a capillary network of pulmonary artery. Let us see the partial pressure of oxygen in alveoli about 104 mmHg. Follow? And you compare it with deoxygenated blood, the partial pressure of oxygen in deoxygenated blood 40. So, in which the partial pressure of oxygen is more? In alveoli, the partial pressure of oxygen higher than deoxygenated blood. You have to concentrate on it. So, automatically the gas moves, the respiratory gas diffuses, it moves from high partial pressure to low partial pressure. Follow? So let us see CO2, partial pressure of CO2. The partial pressure of carbon dioxide in alveoli 40 mmHg. In case of deoxygenated blood, it is 45 mmHg. So which one is higher? In deoxygenated blood, the carbon dioxide pressure higher than alveoli. Follow? So these are the partial pressure gradients of oxygen and as well as carbon dioxide in the alveoli and deoxygenated blood of capillary network. Yes, let us see. So partial pressure of oxygen in alveoli high and in blood low. That's why the partial pressure of, so that's why the oxygen moves from high concentration to low concentration. Followed? Right. Next, the partial pressure of carbon dioxide in alveoli 40 mmHg and deoxygenated blood 45. So it is comparatively high. So the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is higher in deoxygenated blood than alveoli. Followed, students? So the partial pressure of oxygen in alveoli greater and partial pressure of carbon dioxide in deoxygenated blood greater. These are the conclusions, right? Let us see in what way exchange takes place. Oxygen diffuses from alveoli to deoxygenated blood across the respiratory membrane. You have to verify the blue color and arrow color marks. In middle region, the pink color layer is present. That is the respiratory membrane. Followed? So the oxygen and the central halo lumen alveolar sac atrium. So we inhale air into alveoli. So here across the respiratory membrane, in what way the diffusion mediated, let us see. So the oxygen partial pressure higher in alveoli, then automatically the oxygen going to diffuse into capillary network. Follow? Right. Next, the carbon dioxide partial pressure greater in deoxygenated blood. Followed. So that from that deoxygenated blood, the carbon dioxide going to move into alveoli. You observe, going to move into alveoli. So oxygen going to move from alveoli to blood. The CO2 going to move into alveoli. Right. Next, you observe this visual, in what way the oxygen molecules are going to diffuse into blood in the simultaneously the carbon dioxide molecule received into alveoli, right? Next, the systemic exchange of respiratory gases. The pulmonary exchange of respiratory gas leads into systemic exchange of respiratory gases. It is occur between arterial blood and tissue. Followed. So very simple logic. The pulmonary vein collects oxygenated blood from the lungs and um, fills in left atrium of the heart. Next, from the heart, the oxygenated blood pumped by the arterial network to our body parts. So, the oxygenated blood present in arterial blood. So, now the gases exchange takes place between arterial blood and tissue, as well as the venous blood and tissue. Follow. The systemic exchange of respiratory gases is what phenomena. The partial pressure gradient favors the diffusion of oxygen and CO2. Let us see. The partial pressure of oxygen in arterial blood is 95 mmHg. In tissue, it is 40 mmHg. Follow. Next, you compare it in which more. In oxygenated blood it is greater and in tissue it is less. If we observe partial pressure of carbon dioxide, that is 40 mmHg in oxygenated blood and 45 mmHg in tissue, so it is higher in tissue than arterial blood. So, followed. So, what are the conclusions? The partial pressure of oxygen greater in oxygenated blood than tissue, and the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is greater in tissue than oxygenated blood. Followed. These are the two conclusions. Why? Because the gases moves from high partial pressure to low partial pressure. Right. Let us see. So this is the site of tissue and capillary network, arterial capillary network. So here, in what way the oxygen and CO2 going to diffuse? Let us see. The oxygen diffuses from oxygenated blood to tissue. So this is a capillary network, arterial vessel capillary network, and this is tissue cells of tissue. So oxygen diffuses from oxygenated blood to tissue. You observe that is diffusion phenomena of oxygen from oxygenated blood to tissue cell. In the same way, you observe the carbon dioxide is greater in cells of tissue, so that diffuses from cells to blood, tissue to blood. That is exchange, systemic exchange. Followed. Right? You observe this visual. This is systemic exchange. So the pulmonary vein carrying oxygenated blood from the lung and fills in the heart. Next, from the heart, the oxygenated blood going to pump to tissue and delivered to tissue cells. Right? Next, CO2 diffusion you observe. You observe this visual. From the tissue, the CO2 collecting into the blood, then into heart, then it carried to lungs. So CO2 diffusion from tissue to blood. Oxygen tissue, oxygen diffusion from blood to tissue. These two are very, very important things. With this, we completed systemic exchange of respiratory gases. So, in next session, before going to learn transport of respiratory gases, actually subsequent phase is transport of respiratory gases. But the transport of respiratory gas mediated by respiratory pigment. So, in next session, we are going to discuss about respiratory pigments, respiratory pigments in animals. Alright, right. Thank you.